Says you're live. Hey, YouTube. How we doing out there, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Everybody got their ramen soup. Got your honey bun. Going to camp. Uh-oh. I got feedback going here. There. Stopped it. And tuna. If you're going to a camp, this is your money. Forget about them stamps. They're worthless at a camp. You need your tuna. Costs $1.45 on commissary. They round it off to $1.50, so you get a free nickel. And if you don't know what you can buy with these tunas, you got to watch all the other videos I made, and it tells you. I pretty much lay it on the line. You buy anything from a Budweiser to a to a haircut with a bag of tuna, you can pay more than a bag of tuna for a Budweiser, that's for sure. So, anyways, I got a couple viewers on here. That's great. Today I'm going to kind of do a part two the last time I went live, but if you have any questions, I will stop what I'm talking about and answer your questions. And they don't even have to be prison related, although that's the theme, but this channel kind of deals with low security prisons, non-violent criminals, we kind of did the non-violent crimes, which includes drugs, guys. Drugs are non-violent unless you're carrying a Uzi 9mm with you while you're making a drug deal. You could possibly end up at a camp. Half the people at a camp were drug dealers. The other half were all the lawyers, the doctors, the stockbrokers, and all that. Your political prisoners and stuff. And then there was tweakers like me, who I don't tweak anymore. I haven't tweaked in 4 years, over 4 years, guys. Finally got clean and sober the hard way. Going to prison. All the rehabs didn't work. Prison worked. I don't recommend getting clean that way. But I've been out of prison in like a year and a half now, and still clean. That's the test. Do you get high after prison? It's easy to stay clean in prison, even though drugs are everywhere. Every prison has drugs, all kinds of drugs, and they're easy to get. Even if you don't have money, there's hustles and ways to get them. I wouldn't want to get high in prison. Fuck that. I have the cleanest cell, but I don't want to get high in prison. Anyways, I don't know who's watching unless you guys put a little say something in the little chat thing there. But I got a brother, Patrick, out there. If you're watching, little brother, I said he was. So shout out to my little brother. He's in Tennessee right now, and he's a couple of years younger than me, guys. Yeah, his older brother went to prison. He's never been to prison, and you better not go to prison. But we've had our problems, haven't we, brother? I'm not here to put you on blast in front of all these people, my brother. I love you now, and I get to do that from out of custody. So that's a good thing. So, talked to a guy named Nate. Shout out to Nate today. He finally got his designation paper. He is going to Terminal Island. It's a camp. I think it's is it near LA or San Diego? I forget. One of them two. I think he said near LA. I think it's near the airport because I used to think Terminal Island meant that's where dead people go to die, but no, I think they mean like an airline terminal because it's a long little like peninsula thing. I heard nothing but good things about Terminal Island Camp though, because he's gonna get RDAP. He got a 5-year sentence, but he didn't request a camp, so they gave him the closest one to home. And what's gonna happen after a year or two? They're gonna transfer him to a camp that does have RDAP. So for now, he's going to Terminal Island. I think he doesn't go until, did he say August? He's got a few months before he's got to turn himself in. But a lot of guys came to my camp at Florence to do RDAP, and they transferred over from Terminal Island. They transferred over from Taft, Lompoc, all the other camps that don't have RDAP. So then we hear all the stories. What's your camp like? I heard the food is really good at Terminal Island. They have a bakery. Not all camps have bakery. They have a job as a baker, and he might bake a cake for the day. And I heard they actually have a bakery where they're making croissants, man, and they're making homemade pastries, and they're making loaves of bread for all the lunches, and it's a big bakery. You know what I mean? Like a service bakery. And they have a bakery school. My camp had a culinary school, but we had a section, a chapter of baking. We did some baking, but they have a whole pastry chef school in Terminal Island. And I heard the food is really good. They have a culinary school there too. And apparently whoever teaches the culinary school and the pastry chef school at Terminal Island, the guards, the COs that run it, do a really good job. The CEO who ran ours, I liked him, and he had a lot of restaurant and hotel experience, and he'd order whatever we want, and he'd tell us, you guys pick whatever you want to make this month, put it down, and I'll get it for you. And you can't do filet mignon and stuff, but, man, we got whatever we could think of. He would order it, man, and we had some really good food, but I heard Terminal Island is even better. And I heard they have a lot of programs at Terminal Island. Some camps, if you go to a standalone camp, they don't always have a lot of programs. The smaller the camp, the less programs. The bigger the camp, the more people, the bigger the budget. And the bigger the budget, they're supposed to spend it on the inmates, but they don't always spend it on the inmates. So like this, I got 3 people watching and 3 likes. That's the way I like it. So I tuned into my last video. Was that 2 days ago? And I was going over all the jobs that you do in federal prison camps, and a lot of these they do in the lows. Penitentiaries, they have different kinds of jobs. They don't let those inmates have access to tools and things. So even in the food service part, even in a camp, so they let you have knives to cut vegetables and cut things, right? But the knife's on a cord, man. It's on a steel cord. It goes about 20 feet. But they still don't even trust you with the knife in the camp. Although they'll give the guy a chainsaw and tell him to cut down all these bushes on the side of the road, and there's not a guard around for a half a mile. But they still have the knives are on a string, or they're on a flexible cable cord. So you got to get used to cutting with the cable cord on the knife. It's the way it is. Hey, J-Man. Yo, Sean. What's up, J-Man? J-Man, you are the 15-year-old Generation G guy that I hope you never go to prison. So you're watching prison channels, and that's good. Get all the curiosity out of the way, see what it's like. But you don't even want to go to a camp, man. You don't want to go to prison. They take everything from you, man. Your soul is stripped from you. Your family, your friends, everything you're comfortable with, it's all stripped away, and you don't want to go to prison. So I hope you stay out of prison. I hope you're not running around with riffraff, kind of thug guys that are going to get you in trouble, man. And maybe you're the thug guy and you're going to get them in trouble, but change all that, man. You don't want to go to prison, man. It's no way to. You don't want to be like me, 57 years old, right? Just got out of prison on a YouTube channel. That's sad if you think about it. But I'm not too sad today. Uh-oh, dropping shit. I'm going to put on my fan and wait for a few more people to come on. All right, I got people. So, like I said, guys, ask away on the questions. I'll stop, and I'm going to get back to the jobs. I was talking about food service last time. I was going to go in detail on every job. If you guys have questions, the questions don't have to be about the topic. I know a lot of you guys are facing prison. Here we go. See, I stopped. Richard says, how about the hack screwing up the gas? It looks like Russia has hacked our system. It's going to take 2 weeks to get back to normal. I heard something. Are you talking about the fact that in Texas they're waiting? Oh, yeah, I heard it. I didn't catch everything on the news. But screwing up the gas, yeah, it looks like Russia has hacked our system. We want to talk politics? We can talk politics. But yeah, I don't have much faith in this new president, guys. So he's a puppet on a fucking string, if you ask me. And but he's giving me unemployment, so that's all I can say, man. I don't know what they're gonna do about this, but I'm not into climate control and all that. I think people need jobs, man. People need jobs. Let them dig coal, okay? Let them dig pipelines. We need all that, man. That's just my opinion. If it creates jobs, it creates jobs. Richard says yes. So I don't know, man. Uh, yeah, this president is not my favorite president. I did not vote for him. So there. And I can vote. I'm a felon and I live in California. We get to vote. You can't vote. So the rule in California is you can't vote while you're in prison. But if you're released to a halfway house and you're still under BOP custody, you can vote. If you're on probation, you can vote. Some states you got to finish probation and then you can vote. Some states, like Florida, well, you can't vote at all. Other states, you got to pay your restitution off, and then you can vote. And it's funny because you can vote locally, but not. Can you vote just for the president or not locally and all? In California, you can vote anything up and down the aisle. I can vote for the school assembly all the way up to the president. And I don't know how other states work it and why it should be one rule for the whole country, especially if you vote for the president. The same rules should be in every state, but they let you vote in California. Richard says he is a lost cause. Yeah, Richard. We'll see. I might start another YouTube channel for just that subject. It won't last long. YouTube will take it off. I know that. Matthew says, any more surprise visits from your PO? No. Thanks, Matthew. How you doing? I've been calling him, man. I talked to him twice already this week. I talked to him twice. I'm trying to stay on. All right. I get so I'm going to play the. I'm calling him and asking, if everything's all right. Did I tell you guys I had to do a 37 financial page statement? They're doing a financial investigation on me. They want to know every bank account, stock I own, property I own, car I own, cash on hand, debit card, any kind of card, anything worth of value. If I got a guitar, how much is that worth? I had to put it all down on paper. They wanted all my back taxes, every little paycheck stub I got, anything for unemployment. I took all day long and I had to send it to them. And now I'm going to be doing therapy. That was in my paperwork, but that's okay. We were talking about that, and I don't mind seeing a therapist. And that was my fault. I kind of brought it up because I don't want to miss anything that because I had to do a substance abuse program when I got out of prison, but I got to do that through the halfway house, and it was an aftercare, and it was therapy, one-on-one therapy, and then therapy with a group, and so that covered that. But yeah, apparently I've been supposed to be seeing a therapist the whole time on probation. I just signed up for that today. I called the probation officer back, and I'm working with him, not against him. I'm on his side. I'm just going to make sure that this probation officer ends up not worrying about me, put me on that lower list, know that I'm complying with everything he says, and I'll just keep checking in with him. And maybe that backfires on me. Maybe he thinks I'm annoying him, but I don't want to go back to prison. So I'm not doing anything wrong, and as long as I keep in check with him, I didn't want no more surprise visits, man. I didn't. That was a scary day. It was a wake up call. It would have been worse had I had been getting high and had a dirty test or something. Shit, I wouldn't have been talking to you right now. I've been in prison. Hey, let's see, G33. KOF9X. How do you come up with these names? I think that's John. We'll call him G33. It probably means something. I missed a visit from my pretrial person yesterday. I was one city over picking up a book for my drug treatment class. So I hope the city that you went to were one city over. I hope that was still within your jurisdiction. And you don't necessarily have to be home unless they have you on a curfew, if you're on an ankle bracelet. Some guys on pretrial can go wherever they want. When I was on pretrial, I had the address I gave them, I had to be there every night. Like I had to be home. I couldn't go away for the weekend, anything like that. But they never showed up at 10. And they never came by at night. but they could have. So that was my rule. John says, it's the geek of the 9X. It's a reference to the 90s movie hackers. Okay. Thanks for explaining that. And he says, yeah, she was fine with it from what I was told. Pretrial officers can be cool. Some can be hard. I violated my pretrial guys. I don't know if I've told you to watch my videos, but I got high twice. I came up dirty. They let me do 2 different drug programs during my four years of pretrial. I did a 6-month program and a 90-day program, and they still didn't lock me up. And I still got time off when it came to sentencing because I completed the programs. The judge says, "Well, you completed the program, so it shows me that you're doing good." In my mind, it was like, no, I came up with a dirty piss test, and instead of you locking me up, I got to go to a program. Instead, you're telling me you're happy that was a good thing, but in their eyes, yeah, you went and you got help for it, but twice. So they like when you go to treatment programs, I guess, when you complete them. Well, and like 2 of them still didn't work, and then I finally went to prison, and that worked. Yeah, so you know what it is, but no more treatment programs, no more prison, man, and no more drugs for me. Had enough. Had enough. I'm good. I'm good. Fuck. I started doing drugs when I was like probably 14. I smoked pot, the gateway drug, and then I threw that joint away to give me some cocaine at 16. And shit, I'm 57. I stopped. So 40 years of drug use, guys, got me thrown in prison. Yeah. I mean, it all progressed, It progressed. Hey, there's my little brother, Patrick. Little brother, he's on there. I was just talking about you to the viewers. Yeah, I got a brother, guys. He's watching me right now. That's a trip. Me and my brother been through some hell growing up as kids and stuff, but we're still alive today. He didn't have to go to prison. I hope he never does. I did go to prison. But see, guys, I got family back on my life. My little brother is on this YouTube thing watching me. So, um, that's one of the gifts you get. I got back by going to prison. So, any more questions, guys? Or I'll get on to these jobs. Let's see here. Oh, I wanted to put a shout out to Chris from Alabama. Chris, I don't know if you're watching. Chris is going in Tuesday. I did a video with him. He's got 18 months. He's going to Talladega camp. He got an 18-month sentence. And when you get 18 months sentence, we did the math. He's going to get 3 months off of good time. Brings him down to 15 months. And then we think he can get a couple months shaved off for the First Step Act programs. And, he'll probably get 2 months halfway house. With any luck, he'll be out of there in a year. And he's leaving Tuesday morning, so you can watch his video. If you go to my channel and check out all the videos, it says Alabama man sentenced to 18 months. That's Chris. And, yeah, he'll be going in Tuesday, and he's going to be in contact with me. I'll let you know what's going on with him. Let's see. Something from my brother Patrick says, especially age 60, that's the cutoff for sure, yeah. Matthew says, is Chris the one with the back injury and the pain pills? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, man. He's got a lot of medical paperwork to bring that prison. He sent me a picture of this big file of paperwork. I go, don't bring that to the prison. You're gonna piss him off. You can bring him 3 or 4 pages, maybe, of a summary of your medical conditions. But he had like 1,000 pages he printed up. I go, what are you trying to do, man? You're trying to get out of a job that bad in prison. Look, with your back problem, they're not gonna make you work unless you want to. But yeah, so he's going in Tuesday, and I'll keep you guys updated with what's going on with him as time goes by. All right, so back to these jobs. In my last video, when I checked it, I was talking about food service jobs. And they pay anywhere from, they start you off at like 12 cents an hour, washing dishes. It's usually where they start you, or wiping off tables in the chow hall. And guys can make all the way up to like $200 a month. One of the jobs I was talking about was the butcher. So they get all kinds of cuts of meat in there and chicken. It's all got to be washed and processed and seasoned and laid out on trays, and meat's got to be cut. And, I mean, like they have a beef stew night, and they'll give them big, slabs of beef. It's all got to be cut into cubes and everything, and it's a butcher job. And it's either 180 a month or it's $200 a month. I forget which. But it was close to $200 because I remember we had a butcher that was leaving. Everybody wanted his job. But the butcher job is a good 6-hour shift every day. Could be longer. And there was 2 butcher positions. So you have 2 guys. On the busy days, both the butchers work together when the bulk of the meat comes in. And then on the slow days, they kind of separate it. But that was a really good job. So here's all the food service jobs. I'm going to name them all off and then talk about each one. So you got your warehouse, you got a butcher, you got your veggie prep, you got your dish room, pots and pans I didn't put on here, but that's a different part of the dish room. You also got your outside dish room that's in the chow hall area. There's the dining room, there's the officer's mess, there's the salad bar. They got spoon room written down here. I just got something off the internet, but that's your silverware. Then there's cooks, there's assistant cooks, there's bakers, there's line preparation, there's line servers, there was the condiment crew, there was the spice crew, not the Spice Girls, but the spice crew, and I'll tell you what that is at the end. And there's probably a couple more I will think of along the way. So I talked about the warehouse. So that's different than there's a big main warehouse job that I talked about earlier, but there's a food service warehouse. Every day, usually they get deliveries from their main warehouse, and there's a guy that's in charge of doing all the inventory for the chow hall, fresh food, frozen food, dry goods, supplies. It's all got to be stored, inventoried. What goes in, what goes out. He keeps track of it all. And that's a whole job. Sometimes it's 2 guys doing that job. And then I talked about the butcher. Then there's veggie prep. These guys are gonna cut carrots. They're going to chop. So we have a salad bar. I didn't know if I ever told you guys. Chow halls in the camps have salad bars, all you can eat salad bars, and it's not as good as Sizzler, I'm sorry to say. But on your salad bar, you usually have soup too with every meal, and it's usually some kind of vegetable soup or bean soup. And your veggie prep guy will chop up all the vegetables that are going to go into the soup. Sometimes they use leftovers. Sometimes it's like a chicken noodle soup. Sometimes it's like a beef stew. It'll have meat in it. It won't have meat in it. There's on the salad bar, you're going to have any kind of leftovers from the last meal. There's usually going to be a tray with carrots. It's going to be one with beans. It's going to be one with rice. At my camp, the beans, they spiced them up. They did a good job. They just didn't open up a can of beans and put them in there. The rice was either Spanish rice or steamed rice. And then they had carrots and green beans, and they usually have 2 vegetables, and that's all you can eat of that with the soup. And then they have a mixed salad. So the salad would be salad and the red cabbage and cucumbers and sliced tomatoes, and it's all kind of mixed. Yeah, even tomatoes, and they mix all that. And they normally have 2 kinds of dressings. You get this ranch dressing that really wasn't a good brand name. Then they had Italian dressing, and it was always this dietary Italian dressing. It wasn't that great. They sell dressing on commissary. Now it was $1. I want to say $1.45 for Hidden Valley Ranch dressing. It was kind of expensive. No, it was 90 cents. 90 cents. Hidden Valley Ranch dressing, and it comes in a package, and it's enough for one big salad. And guys with money, they buy that, and they buy it. They have it for every meal, and it's just part of the things they buy because the salad dressing wasn't that great on the salad bar. But this is all you can eat, and a lot of times they'll have a lot more things than that. I mean, a lot of times they'll have bread and butter, and you just grab all the slices of bread you want, and the butter's margarine. Uh, and you'd be surprised the leftovers. There's always like lasagna leftover from the night before. They'll throw that out. Meatloaf night always had a lot of meatloaf. There's some nights that they just have tons of leftovers. You'll never see chicken laid out there as a leftover. For some reason, chicken is just the fastest going commodity in a camp. See, I got some questions here from my brother on there. Patrick, how long did it take for you to go from dishes to chef? About a year. Yeah. And my brother saying, as long as there's no curry, especially yellow curry. Yeah, man, he knows I hate curry, man. Our dad used to force feed us that curry. He beat the fuck out of us till we finished that curry. You didn't eat that curry at all. Oh, man. I used to hate that. No, there was no curry on the menu. Thank God. Hey, one time I seen it in the kitchen. I found a big bottle of it, and I go, oh, shit. It had been sitting there for a long time. And when the guards weren't looking, I dumped it all out just in case because I heard once in a while they use that for chicken fried rice. So I dumped all their curry out. Matthew says, you should do an interview with Larry Lawton. You are both doing great things post-prison and would be a good discussion from two different prison perspectives. I have asked Larry Lawton. I have probably sent him, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 messages on his channel, on different videos. When I first got this channel going, and I've asked him to come on my show. I have asked him if I can come on his show. I've asked him just to watch a video and give me your opinion of my channel. Nothing back from the guy. Nothing back whatsoever. I've commented on some of the people he's interviewed because he doesn't know much about about camps, and when he does say something about a camp, he's kind of usually wrong. So I've mentioned that to him, but I don't know much about the penitentiary. So whatever I say is probably wrong about the penitentiaries. But yeah, Larry Lawton, and I watch his channel a lot. But the guy's got like 1.5 million viewers, and I don't know how many comments he gets. He probably has somebody that reads his comments for him. He's probably so big. That guy's got to be making thousands of dollars on YouTube. 150, 1.5 million subscribers. That guy's doing things. Yeah, if I ever got that big, I've always asked other people to come on my channel, or I'll come on theirs, and I'm still waiting for RDAP Dan. I was supposed to go on RDAP Dan's channel like last year, and RDAP Dan, I don't know if he's busy because we're still friends, and he's giving shout outs to my channel on his live. I've been on his message board. He always says, hey, that's Sean with the Club Fed channel. Yeah, he's a good guy. And I don't know what's going on, but eventually RDAP Dan will come on my channel or I'll be on his. Because me and him talk, and he helped me out a lot before I went to prison. Larry Lawton just won't get back to me, guys. Maybe you could, Matthew, maybe you could tell Larry, that, about my, maybe you could ask him for me. I don't know. Matthew says, oh, man, I love curry. Well, see, Matt, you can have my curry anytime, man. I was forced to eat it as a kid. So, and when I say forced to eat it, I don't mean just you're going to eat that or we're going to sit here all night. No, I mean shoved down my throat and slapped and beat like you're going to eat that fucking curry. My dad was a motherfucker. Took a lot of beatings. Our little brother. We know about that. But and I ended up in prison. So, and on drugs and everything else. It's all my dad's fault. It's all his fault. Can't blame my parents anymore, man. Not at my age. I mean, how long are you gonna play that blame your parents card all your life? I mean, it worked for a while there back when I first got hooked on drugs, but it's eventually you gotta take accountability for your own actions. Let's see here. My brother says Dan just did an MSNBC in prison tour video. He's talking about RDAP Dan. Did he? Wow, he's going places. Wow. Good for him. Good for him. Dan's come a long way. So if you guys don't know, we're talking about RDAP Dan. Well, Larry Lawton, if you guys don't know, he's like this burglary jewel thief. He did time in Atlanta penitentiary, and he did the hardcore prison stuff. And RDAP Dan is kind of like me doing a low the low security prisons, but he is a prison consultant. And Dan is charging people money to help you get through pretrial, whereas I do not charge you. I have all kinds of free links down below in my description on how to get an RDAP for free, how to write a letter to the judge, character reference letters, how the email system works for inmates. I have just check it out. Lots of resources and reentry stuff, and it's all down there. I got like 30 different links. I can't remember most of them. How to find out if you're going to a prison camp, your custody level, your sentencing level, your guidelines. It's all down in my description. So underneath every video, you'll see this little thing that says show more. Click the show more. It opens up and has all these descriptions. And I have all these free links, and my videos cover all the other stuff. And so between my videos and the free links, you can kind of walk through your pretrial experience, know what to ask your lawyer, all the way up to sentencing, and get the lowest sentence possible if there is such a thing in the federal system. And if you have the money and you don't want to watch videos and do all the research yourself and click my links, then you hire somebody like RDAP Dan. Stay away from Justin Paperny. Justin, take your money, okay? I knew about 8 guys at Florence Federal Prison Camp that told me they paid him like 10 grand and 12 grand, and all he did was talk to him on the phone a couple times and sent him a bunch of templates, basically took their money. The guy has great videos. I'll give him that. But I call him Justin, take your money. Or you can call me for free. You can email me for free. I don't charge. I'm not a prison consultant, guys. I'm trying to get my money off YouTube commercials or a super chat, things like that. But I'm not going to be a prison consultant. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to pay it forward to the guy that comes after me that's going to prison like I went. Let's see. Plus, you have way more details, Sean. It's totally cool. Thanks, little brother. Alrighty. 7 people watching. So let's get back to these jobs until more questions come up. Talking about the veggie prep guy. So he's going to chop all the vegetables, go to salad, the cucumbers, the tomatoes, the lettuce, the cabbage. They make their own stuff. He also makes the soups. He puts ingredients in for the soups, and then he calls over the sous chef. There's the sous chef actually makes so all the cooks work with the butcher and the veggie prep. They'll give the veggie prep a list of what they need done, and they'll give the butcher stuff list of what they need done. And I know they cut it all up and prep it all up, and then they bring it back to the cook, and he cooks it and finishes the product. And everybody kind of works together. If you guys know anything about restaurant business, in the back of the house, that's kind of how it is at a chow hall. And there's the front of the house, and I haven't got to those jobs yet, but I will. So then there's the dish room. There's different types of dishwashing jobs. I got a new question. Matthew says, agree, Sean, you deserve a lot of credit, man. It is really impressive what you do. Well, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, if you want to talk to Larry Lawton, I'll come on his show. He can come on mine. But Larry, I don't know his. I don't know if he wants to help out the little guys. I'm trying to help everybody. There's a guy named Randy Jr. TV, and he's got a little prison channel. And we started at the same time. And he's supposed to come on my show, or I was going to come on his. And I emailed him, or back and forth. Then he told me to go to his Instagram or Snapchat, and I don't have one, and I don't know how to find him on there. And I gave him my phone number, but he hasn't called back. But check out Randy Jr. TV. He did state time in California, and he's a unaffiliated black guy that went to prison. That is kind of he's not a gang member, and he always stresses that on his channel. And he'll give anybody doing state prison time. He's a good resource to watch. He drives a truck now. He's doing good. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He's got a family back, and he's got a truck driving job. And his videos show him driving the truck a lot. And he's turned his life around. But it took him 2 prison terms to do that. The first time he went to prison, he came back out and never changed. Second time he came back out, and now he's changing. I think he's a good man. So I'll do, and he's a little channel like me. I just got 1,200 subscribers today. I hit that mark. I think Randy's got 1,400. We're like right there, but we talk to each other. So we're the new generation of these prison channels. There's Wes Watson. You guys ever watch him? That guy's hardcore. That's that tattoo guy, man. He's like, oh man, that guy's. I wouldn't want to get on his bad side. 23-1. That guy, I watch him a lot. I watched some of his videos from like 5 years ago, and he's evolved. He really has, and he's got like 1 million subscribers or something. So does that Wes Watson. Watching these prison channels, who's the guy? Herc, the fresh out. Is it Herc? He's another guy up and coming. And these guys are they quit their day job, man. YouTube's paying their rent at least. Yeah. Okay. So no more channel. Alrighty. So talk about the dish room jobs. So when you first get to prison, half the people are going to be assigned to go work in the chow hall. And when you get to the chow hall, they're going to give you the dish rooms. Oh, John says, Big Herc. Yeah, Big Herc. Yeah, I think he's out of Sacramento. Yeah, Big Herc. Yeah, I've reached out to him. I say hi to all these other prison channels. They don't say hi back. They're so big. I got to think they're like superstars. They don't got time for little guys like me. Or they get pissed off. Then they see my channel name on there, and they think I'm trying to use them to get attention, and I am, but I'm not trying to do it. I don't know if they're competitive by nature and they don't help out other guys. That After Prison Show guy, I heard he won't help nobody, man. And I heard he did start off like that, but you guys know his name's Joe, the After Prison Show. Man, he's got 1 million viewers, but I heard he won't help no other channels. He's all in it for himself. I don't know how true that is, but I've watched some. I don't know. But anybody watch After Prison Show? I've asked him for help. These guys get so big they forget what it was like when they were just starting out. Anyways, when you talking about 3 things at once here. So one of the first jobs they're going to give you in prison is they're going to send you to the food service, and they're going to make you a dishwasher. Half the people are going to end up doing food service. The other ones are going to end up doing like landscaping or maintenance, some shitty job like that, unless you find a job before they assign you a job. And if you don't know what I mean by that, that's you go around to all the different departments, ask if they're hiring. Ask your neighbors, anybody that you're starting to get to know in prison, where do you work at? Are they hiring? They got any openings? Can you get me in? Can you ask your CEO, your supervisor, can you ask him if I can come in and talk to him about a job? Can you give me the paperwork to get me the job? Do anything you can to find your own job, because if you don't say nothing, you're going to get a shitty job, and you got to work prison camp. If you refuse to work, you go to the SHU. Or you get a medical excuse, but you have to do all that right when you get there. John says, I started with Federal Prison Insider before I found you. Yeah, that guy too. I've watched him. I've reached out to him. So I reached out to him. He's the Orange is the New Black guy. So I said hello to him in the beginning, and I said, hey, I've been watching your channel. I just got out of prison. I started a new channel. Any advice for me? He sends me back an email with ways to reduce my sentence and to join his club, and it was going to be like $750 or something to join this. It wasn't Patreon. It was something else. And I wrote him back. I go, did you even read what I said? I just got out of prison. I'm saying hello, and I was wondering if you had any advice for my. And then he sent me something back like, well, just click here if you want to subscribe. He's not even reading my shit. So again, I try to answer everybody's comments. I might be a couple days late and get back to you guys, but I don't ever want to get like these guys all big and forget where you came from. Yeah, I do want to be like that. No, I don't want to be like that. See any more questions? Okay. All right. So back to the dish jobs. Different kinds of dishwashing jobs. There's your New question. I'll stop every time I get a question. John says, "Yeah, it becomes a business for a lot of guys." I'm hoping it. I'm hoping it does too, man. I'll do this for a living. I'll put out 2 videos a day, but I don't want to charge like prison consultant fees. I'll just take the money off the YouTube commercials. Maybe I'll come up with a T-shirt and a cup, and I'll do that kind of thing because that's on a volunteer basis. If somebody buys a T-shirt or a cup, but I don't want to charge somebody $5,000 to tell you how to get into RDAP. To me, that's just wrong. That's just I don't even know how the feds put up with that. I don't know. I don't know if that's legal. It's got to be legal. They're letting people do it, but there's some of these prison consultants I heard of did get indicted. RDAP Dan did some videos on these other prison consultant guys who were telling people, yeah, for $7,500, would guarantee we'll get you into RDAP, and they hooked them up with a therapist. They told them to lie to the therapist, and anyways, it all came down to a big conspiracy, and they all got indicted, and they're all back in prison. And there's a few people out there doing that. And if a prison consultant guarantees you he can do something, hang up the phone. You can't guarantee nothing with the feds, man. Nothing is guaranteed. But some white collar criminals and some drug dealers got hell of money, right? They made hundreds of thousands of dollars dealing drugs, and they want the lightest sentence they can get, and they want to get an RDAP, and they're going to call up these prison consultants, and they're going to pay them $10,000 so they can get a year off their sentence. A lot of times, they're just going to take your money. Go to my links below. If you want to know how to get into RDAP, call me, text me, email me. I will not charge you a penny and tell you everything I know about how to get into RDAP. Matthew says, yeah, get some merchandise. We will support. Okay, Matt, I will. I signed up for that Teespring thing. And so speaking of that, so this is my emblem that I was working on. And I was going to put that on a cup. Let me see. I'll pull it off. So, I don't know. I might change it, but it's just something I was working on. I got a picture of me holding a puppy. I don't know if you ever seen that, because they have a dog training program. That's another job. That pays like $160 a month. They train jobs. Your dog is your roommate, your cellmate. So every 6 months they give them a new dog. But we got puppies running all over the camp, and they'll let you pet them and hold them and all that. So yeah, there's puppies in prison, and some of the women prisons have a puppy programs too. I got a question for my little brother still on here. Is the kitchen jobs like 3 separate shifts? Leave and come back each time, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 2 shifts, morning shift and night shift. And sometimes, let me see, do they leave? No, they pretty much work like a 6-hour shift, but there's downtime where they got like 45-minute break. And, they got all the work done, and they just have this downtime. That's when they start eating. So when you work in food service, they'll let you eat whatever you want. Every guard that worked in food service always told us, you guys can eat whatever you want, as much as you want, whenever you want, while you're here inside the kitchen. But don't take anything with you. And they say that. And half the time, they're going to have leftover food, and they're going to go, here, you guys, I'm going to leave the door open. I'm going to my office. You guys take off. I don't want to know nothing. There's all the leftovers, and they let you take it. They do that if the other guards aren't looking. There's a few guards, check them and search them, and those are usually guards that aren't regularly working in the chow hall. They're guards that are working a double shift or covering somebody else's shift. Those guards know what goes on, but they don't want you stealing fresh stuff. They don't have a problem with you taking home leftovers, but not no block of cheese that just came off the truck, and things like that. And that's where they're stealing. Matt says, are there and computer jobs Are there and computer jobs? That's not okay. Are there computer jobs in the camp like IT, troubleshooting, help desk support? No, there's nothing like that. You don't have any internet access. Some prisons I know are doing um, coding classes. I know San Quentin does it, and they actually pay them $16 an hour, and they set them up with a job with Google when they get out. But it's still not internet connected. But yeah, they're not teaching you any kind of computer program or anything. The only thing they have in the prisons is little terminals for your email. You can plug your MP3 player in there, and it gives you a list of songs to download. And then there's like a news feed website from the prison that tells you all the news going on in the prison and the latest announcements that are happening in the prison. But it's still not internet connected. Other than the email shoots out to the when you type an email, that goes to like a main building in the prison where somebody scans your email, and they're looking for words like escape and digging tunnel and guns and all those code words. So once your email is scanned and approved, then it's sent out from a different location to the user. And same thing when it comes back into you. They're not reading your emails first, but they're scanning them. They're looking for code words. So they don't. Yeah, so there's nothing like that at a camp, Matt. Sorry. At least where I was at. I don't think they're just not. I heard some. Like I said, some state prisons are doing some kind of computer training classes, but not in the feds. Feds don't want anybody hooked up to internet. All right, so back to dish room. 447. Wow. So the different kind of dish. So do I even want it? I don't know, guys. I've been trying to talk about dishes, and I don't even get there. I like all the questions, though. I like all the questions. I don't know. I'm stuck. Oh. Right. Need a break. So, well, I'm only gonna do this video until 5 o'clock because I gotta go. We got a house meeting at 6 o'clock tonight. So I live in this clean and sober house, guys. It's my step out of get out of prison, halfway house, clean and sober house. Eventually, I will be free. Pat said, "Why not call Tony M your friend with T-shirt shop and online T-shirts and stuff?" Because Tony M, he don't like me no more. It's a long story. Has to do with drugs and alcohol, and that guy hasn't wanted to talk to me in 10 years. That's a long story. So I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but that's a guy from my past who do not want to hang out with anymore. A guy like that could have got me thrown in prison. We'll just leave it at that. So, and had I still hung out with him then, I might have ended up in prison. So yeah, be careful who you hang out with. All right. I don't think I have time to go over all these jobs. How about I'll just read off all the jobs that are left, and then I'll do another video later, and I'll show you pictures of the jobs and stuff. So again, with the food service, there's the dish room, there's pots and pans, there's the dining room, the officer's mess, the salad bar, the silverware, cooks, bakers, line prep, line servers, condiment crew, spice crew. I did tell you what the spice crew is. It's not the Spice Girls. Spice crew is the big giant warehouse for the whole complex of all the prisons. We'll get in boxes of oregano, Italian herbs, chili pepper, cayenne pepper, all your spices, right? And they come in a big box because they buy them by bulk. So the Spice Crew distributes those bulk spices to all the prisons. The way they do that is they form an assembly line, and they're going to come with a box of garlic salt. You're gonna open up the box of garlic salt. It's a big giant 10-pound box, right? And you're gonna have like 8 guys lined up, and they're gonna have a baggie. One guy's gonna scoop the garlic salt, put it in a baggie, pass it to the next guy. He's gonna seal it up with a sealer. Got another guy next to them with a box of oregano. He's scooping up the oregano, putting it in a bag. You got 2 or 3 lines of this, and so they're gonna bag up 10-pound boxes. They're gonna put them in, like little half-pound baggies, and then they're all gonna go into bus tubs or crates, and they're gonna put an assortment of all the spices into these milk crates. It'll have garlic salt, onion salt, oregano, Italian herbs, Mexican spice, all that. It's gonna have 20 kinds of herbs and spices in these little 1-pound bags, and then that gets sent off to each prison every week. So Spice Crew meets like once a week, and they got the job done in like 30 minutes. It's the easiest job in the camp. They work once a week, 30 minutes, maybe an hour tops, and it's a once a week job. But they don't get shit. It's 12 cents an hour. Their paychecks are like 80 cents for the month. But that's the easiest job in the whole camp. One of the easiest jobs. Spice Crew. You could probably even sit down and do that job. As a matter of fact, they sit at a table and do that. They don't stand. So that's the Spice Crew. So Education Department has a lot of jobs. They have librarians, they have orderlies, they clean all the bathrooms and all that. They have tutors, they have adult continuing education, ACE instructors, inmates teach your classes. There's that. There's the recreation department has a hobby craft program, somebody in charge of that. They have an orderly for that. Music program, there's a guy, we had a guitar guy that fixes all the old guitars, changes the strings, keeps all the instruments in shape. You got sports program guys, you got activities directors, guys that are cleaning the gym, orderlies for the gym, guys that keep all the equipment in shape for the gym and the workout stuff, equipment room assistants, referees. That's a job actually because there's a lot of softball leagues and soccer leagues. You got umpires, instructors. Then there are there's the commissary department, the laundry department. There's the mail room. There's the medical orderly, the medical staff, psychology department orderly. Goes on and on. I think you guys get the gist. What time is it? I'm probably going to end this. It's 4:52. I don't know if you guys have any more questions. And anybody's watching this video, I'm sorry I didn't get to all the jobs. I have other videos out there too. I think between the last video I did and this video, you pretty much get an idea what kind of jobs are offered at federal prison camps. I didn't even get into the town driver job and the driver's job. Yeah, I wanted to mention that. I'm going to do a special video on jobs outside of the camp. That's what I'll do. Because I didn't even get into the guys who go work in town and come back. There's all that. Forgetting all this stuff. So, anyways, guys, I guess I'll see y'all on the next video. And say hi to Larry Lawton for me, Matt. Little brother, I'm glad you came in and watched. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Subscribe, like, hit, share, watch the commercial.